Ball State SportsLink's third Down Chirp is presented by Papa John's.
It has been a while since we have been able to say this. What a Cardinal win Saturday afternoon in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Third Down Chirp, delivered by Papa John's. I'm your host, Luke Martin, alongside Tyler Bradfield, Connor Onion. Guys, it's about time things finally fell the Cardinals' way.
What a victory, from all the forced turnovers to the composure of Jack Milas down the stretch, and then the Scott Secor field goal to top it off.
Being up in the press box in Mount Pleasant, once that final buzzer went off, you could definitely feel the sense of relief on that Cardinal sideline, finally breaking the 5-game losing streak.
Let's revisit that exciting game Saturday afternoon in Mount Pleasant, Michigan with our Sounds of the Game segment.
Today, the Cardinals are on the road for their lone trip away from Schumann Stadium in a 4-game stretch, with the Central Michigan Chippewas serving as the host. Caught on the far sideline by Mabon, spins away from the tackle at the 20, to the 10, to the 5, leads it across the goal line, touchdown Ball State! Rush on the move to this right, throws to the end zone, caught for a touchdown by Central Michigan. Fakes the handoff, play action, bombs it long down the middle of the field, intercepted by Patterson! Patterson coming back to the 35, 40, room in front of him to the 50, 45 of Central Michigan, 40. Fakes the give, looking to Davis, throwing for Davis, into the end zone with a two-handed catch for a touchdown. Rush takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, under some pressure, he throws, caught! Successful two-point conversion. Central Michigan has tied the game at 29. 55-yard field goal right hash. Snap good, spot on the tee, right-footed kick is on the way by Secor, and Secor, he hit the field goal! Scott Secor from 55 yards out! Oh my goodness!
Cardinals beat Central Michigan for the 5th straight time, including the 4th straight win in Mount Pleasant. All year long, Coach Limbo mentioned how his team has struggled to finish. They finally did against the Chippewas, which led to an emotional locker room after the game.
Man, that's just another day at the office. Right? That's another day at the office. That's what's called staying the course and not flinching right there. That's what that's called. All right? And that's exactly what we did today. Okay, grab a hand.
Now the Cardinals hope, as Coach Limbo would say, to have another day at the office this weekend against the Akron Zips. And let's find out what the Cardinals are doing to prepare for those Akron Zips. Terry Bowden's club with our Third Down Chirp scanner report.
Really big challenge with Akron. They finished last year strong. They have proved to be one of the most improved teams in our conference this year. I think they've got a good formula, a good handle on who they are as a team, as a program.
The first thing you notice with their defense is, man, they get 11 hats to the football, and they fly around. They got great team speed. They get a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and they're able to do it with their front four, which allows them to keep more guys in coverage. So we got to do a good job with, with our operation to kind of keep them at bay a little bit, not let them jump their snap count because they want to get after the quarterback. They got great good off. So we got a couple things that we want to do operationally to hopefully slow them down a little bit.
They're going to spread you out. They run the ball very well, and they also throw it a bunch, but they spread you out from sideline to sideline. They also stretch you vertically, horizontally in the throwing game. So we have to cover the whole field, and that's the challenge that we have this week.
Let's find out the 3 facts we need to know for the contest against the Akron Zips this weekend. And for that, we welcome in the 4th member of our broadcast team today, Allison Wilson. Allison, it's great to have you. Let's find out what we need to know for this game Saturday afternoon.
Thank you, Luke. All right, so the very first thing that we need to know is that Ball State and Akron are more similar than you might think. Both have relied on redshirt freshman quarterbacks this season. For the Zips, it's going to be Thomas Woodson, who has 305 yards in just 1 appearance. And for Ball State, it's going to be Jack Milas, who has 524 yards in just 2 starts. So we can predict the youth of both teams to match up for many more years to come. And speaking of yards, go Scott Secor. Scott Secor made a career-high 55-yard field goal, which obliterated his last record of 49 yards. Now, keep in mind that the longest college field goal ever recorded comes from 1976 by Oba Johansson and was a 69-yard field goal. So, Scott Secor's 55 yards plus the end zone, plus where the kick happened behind the line of scrimmage, Secor's getting pretty close. And finally, Ball State, Akron does not have a single player from Indiana on their football roster. In fact, they don't have a Hoosier in football, baseball, or basketball. But Ball State has 8 Ohio natives on its football roster alone, and in all of athletics, 33 Ohio people. So it puts a new term to home turf.
No doubt about that, Allison. Well, Akron, you don't need Indiana. We don't need you here in Indiana. That's for sure. Guys, the Cardinals are trying to get on a roll, trying to get a winning streak going. So if they want to try to get a 2-game win streak, Tyler, who's the Cardinal you're watching Saturday at Schumann Stadium?
The thing that stands out that Akron does the best is defend the football. In town this week is the MAC's best defense. Therefore, I'm going on the offensive side of the football in Kevon Mabon. How about a game last week against Central Michigan? 2 incredible plays against the Chippewas. 1 for a touchdown, 1 where he hurdled a defender. 7 receptions, 99 yards. If he can have a big game against the Zips, I like the Cardinals' chances.
I'm looking at senior safety Brian Jones. The Cardinals were able to snap their 5-game losing streak on Saturday because they were able to force 4 turnovers. And 3 of the 4 of those came from defensive backs. Now, we know the Cardinals have been decimated by injuries in the defensive backfield this season. Eric Patterson went down late. Martez Hester still dealing with a nagging back injury. So if Brian Jones can come up and make a few plays for the Cardinals in the defensive backfield, the Cardinals should be in pretty good shape on Saturday.
I'm going to go with the offensive line for the exact reason as Tyler Bradfield listed a little while ago. This is one of, and arguably, the best defense in the Mid-American Conference, and it's that pressure. Akron this year 16th in the country in sacks. They are 12th in scoring defense. They bring the pressure, and that was something last week at times, more so in the first half. Ball State struggled with the pressure Central Michigan put on Jack Milas. Remember, Jack Milas had a fumble in the first half, which caused points for Central Michigan. So those are key things. At the offensive line, be a key factor. I know it's cheap. I'm taking the whole offensive line. I can't pick one guy like Steve Bell. Sorry. You got to be a unit, and it's going to be the offensive line Saturday at Schumann Stadium. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode of Third Down Chirp, delivered by Papa John's. Be sure to follow Ball State Sports Link on all the social media accounts, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just search BSU Sports Link. For our director and producer, Alex Seitz, for our talent team of Allison Wilson, Tyler Bradfield, Connor Onion, I am Luke Martin saying so long from Studio B. Let's beat the Zips.